Former Bills receiver Stevie Johnson joins us now. Stevie, there are only two undefeated teams remaining in the NFL. The reigning champs, Philadelphia, in the NFC, and in the AFC, your Buffalo Bills. So which team do you think will have a harder time finishing this season as the one seed in their respective conference?
I like it, in their respective conference. I'm going to say both will end up as the one seed. However, to answer your question, I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles will have the harder time taking that number one spot, considering they play in a tough division. And the Buffalo Bills is pretty weak. Just if I want to just be honest, I feel like the Bills' road to number one is going to be really easy. However, the Philadelphia Eagles have a tougher path, so I'm going to say I have less faith in the Eagles to be number one at the end of the season.
A healthy roster is definitely key for success. Now, 2 weeks ago, Stevie, you and I went through the Bills' schedule. Okay, week 17, they're hosting the reigning, defending Super Bowl champs, the Eagles.
Okay, now this is where it gets interesting. I feel like this is where the Buffalo Bills will take their first L against a Saquon Barkley running team or Jalen Hurts led team. Depends on who's playing or not.
We checked the tape. You said the Eagles would be their only loss this season for the Bills all the way into week 17. But if these two teams met today, are you still giving the edge to the Eagles?
Oh, if they met today, okay, Sarah, look, I'm a big believer in momentum. So I'm going to say the Bills will win. You know, when you look at these two records from the Eagles and the Bills, they're both 4-0. They're both undefeated. However, when we talking momentum, the Buffalo Bills have been dominant. One game, week 1 against the Ravens, where they looked pretty suspect, but the next 3 weeks, they were in control. However, when you talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, although they have been winning, you got to look at week 1 against the Cowboys. They didn't look too well. Against the LA Rams, they had to make a comeback at home. And then, when you go against the Buccaneers, that half was, that was atrocious to say the least. So I'm going to ride with the momentum and say the Buffalo Bills will get the victory if they were to play this week.
Okay, well, we'll keep watching. And if both teams do manage to stay undefeated until they meet in week 17, they would both enter that matchup 15-0, which would be a franchise record for wins by both teams.